Hey world, it's been when I come back to another video. Family, if you've been in the garden a while, you've heard me talk about what I'm going to talk about today. But I just think it's important, that you reiterate important information. Because see, sometimes we get lax and, you hear it the first time and you be like, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But you never ever follow up on it. You dig? And so I just kind of want to give us another opportunity to know about the numbers and know how deceptive this whole banking system is in reference to you and your money that you're actually investing, because it is an investment if you put in your money in a savings account. Okay? But you got to ask yourself, why am I putting my money in a savings account? Is it because of an emergency fund? Like, I'm going to have this money here available, so if there's a situation where, like we're in now, a pandemic, I've saved enough money where I don't have to depend on that $600 unemployment check. Even though, that $600 unemployment check will be like gravy. You dig? Because your savings that you build up from paying yourself first for many years or quarters or months, you straight. You dig? But let's say, you've done that, right? And you have your money in Wells Fargo or Bank of America or Chase. You have to understand how the interest situation works. If you put $100 in your savings account in one of these banks, and you see them all the time on the television and commercials, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Chase, all the time, all this money expended and used for marketing purposes. But they only giving you 1 cent and 2 cents on the dollar. And what that means is, if you go look at it, if you got a Wells Fargo savings account or a Chase savings account or a Bank of America savings account, go look at the interest that they paying you to keep your money in their bank. Because remember, with fractional reserve, they can take 90% of the monies that you deposit in their bank and use it for their own purposes, which is basically investing. That's how they make their money. And so 10% of the money you invest, the money that you deposit in their banks, is there for, withdrawals. And if you have a lot of money in the bank and you want to go and all of a sudden get a large sum of money, that's why you have to wait a day or so to get it, because it's not there. Okay? They're receipts. And so, if you know that, right, then you say, okay, hey, I understand fractional reserve. Okay, how much is this bank paying me to keep my money in their bank? Like I told you before, just go look up the annual percentage that they give you in percentage. Okay? It's an interest rate. And I promise you, you're going to see 0.01, 0.01, or 0.03. Family, that's a cent. 3 cents on the dollar. That's how much they're paying you. But then when you understand inflation, and you know that inflation on average is about 1.72% a year, think about how much purchasing power your money lost by just having it in a bank that's only giving you a penny on the dollar. Because that's what that means. All right, you get 0.01% interest on every $100 that you invest in, or that you say, or that you put in an account. Do the math, family. Okay? And so I'm saying that to say this. There are other options out there. And if you didn't get a chance to watch my last video, please go check that out. And I love you guys giving me your time and everything. It's so humbling. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But I'm saying that I want to present this video once again because I want us to understand that don't get caught up in brick and mortar. Because if you watch my last video, remember, the whole concept of money don't exist. It's the energy. It's what they place the value on. And so if we're moving into a more technological age, why would you want to put your money in the bank? Well, so you can see it. Whether you see it in your hands or whether it's in your bank in electronic numbers, it's the same. But if you get caught up in that, and oh, I got to see my money, I got to actually physically go into the bank. Well, look at how much money those banks are paying you to keep your money in the bank, and then calculate the annual inflation rate. And that'll tell you how much purchasing power your money is losing every year. You dig? All right? So like I said, there are other options out there. You have Ally, you have a lot of different, American Express. You have a lot of different banks out there. That's why I encourage you guys to do the research to find out what they call high yield savings account banks or high yield savings accounts institutions. What high yield means is that they give you a higher interest rate on your money. Okay? And then what you do, you just check out their ratings. Because remember, just like we as teachers, as police officers, firefighters, you get rated. If you're doing things, not conducive to your job specifications, you will be demoted or you'll be fired. Well, these particular institutions that offer a high yield savings account, they have ratings as well. People are actually rating them to make sure that they're viable. And if you understand FDIC, which is Federal Depository Insurance, that tells you that the companies, your money is insured. So if you have the same benefits of a brick and mortar bank, and this brick and mortar bank is only giving you 0.01% or 0.03%, and you can go to another institution that's giving you 1.7, 2 points, or 1.8, think about that. All right? We have to think logically in terms of, it's purchasing power. Don't get caught up on the money itself. Remember, it don't exist. Because inflation bites a piece of the money out every year. Why do you think, 20, 30 years ago, a $40,000 job, you can live comfortably? A $40,000 a year job now, man, it's hard. Okay? And that's because of inflation. So if I just want to come back with a food for thought, make sure you pay yourself first and look at the numbers. Because, see, numbers don't lie. People do. You dig? And in the meantime, between time, may the Most High Inside bring you joy. And being with is out of 5,000.